Some Like It Hot, released 1959. Directed and written by Billy Wilder, also written by I.A.L. Diamond, Robert Thiero, and Michael Logan. We start Chicago, 1929. Classic 20s dance scene and classic 20s music in a 50s film. The police have to wait for a minute, so Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis have to finish their monologue about dentist work to be done because it's so freaking funny. The police barge in because they think that skirts and fishnet panties are too revealing to be wearing, even though that was the style of the 1920s for the women. This scene establishes that they miss their girlfriend's dinner because one of them was getting their teeth fixed. No, just because they were messing around because they're careless men. And now they have to dress up like women to learn how to relate to women better. Now that the police are on the trail because they participated in that sexy gambling, they are going to shave their legs to become women. That is a humorous crutch of the film, but that was a new concept in comedy drag. Then meet Marilyn Monroe, whose name is Sugarcane. Well, that's more subtle than a Bond woman name, like Big Jugs. They become friends because they cover up for Marilyn Monroe's alcohol drinking when her flash comes out while she's doing her dance scene. Jack Lemmon, trying to disguise as a woman, first gets childwins when Marilyn Monroe sleeps with him and he has to try not to be horny. All the women in the train go sleep in one bed because they all want the scotch. This is a through the cloth drunk orgy in a G-rated film in the 50s. Tony Curtis has to resist calling Marilyn Monroe a gold digger, and a woman has tried standards for men in this scene where she says, I don't want a wristband, I just want a man who can afford a private plane. That through the cloth drunk orgy went on for 47 hours until they got to Florida. Joey Brown squeezes Jack Lemmon's ass while she's on the elevator. Monroe can't tell. I just think he's being politically correct. Tony Curtis is smarter than Jack Lemmon. He has a arm disguise to turns into a sailor man who's nice and charming. That's how he gets with Marilyn Monroe. Jack Lemmon has to deal with stuff like Marilyn Monroe calling him her flat chested. Tony Curtis knows exactly how to get Marilyn Monroe. He lies that he's a pilot who collects seashells. Both Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis want Marilyn Monroe. If Jack Lemmon tells Marilyn Monroe that Tony Curtis is not a pilot who collects shells, Tony Curtis will beat Jack Lemmon up. Tony Curtis doesn't care that he abused her friend. He just wants him for his yacht. I keep mixing this up. Now Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon have to pretend not to stare while they play their music. Jack Lemmon, stop letting this pervert flirt with you. 1950s shenanigan comedy. Tony Curtis is going to lie to Monroe and have a depressing backstory so he can get her. Tony Curtis has to lie that he got all these trophies, even the male shipper trophies, to get Marilyn Monroe. Also has to lie that his wife had the same blood type as him. Jack Lemmon, stop pretending to like this pervert just because he's rich. Tony Curtis can do stunts and he can play two characters in one movie. He should become the biggest star. All Jack Lemmon can do is comedy and drag and some drama. He can't do stunts. Tony Curtis lies to Monroe that he has to go to South America for no reason. I guess the reason we see the men get ready for the party is to have some breakup time with the shenanigans. 1950s, you had to come out of a cake in a shootout scene, or else it would be too mature for the 1950s. The movie ends with Marilyn Monroe singing a beautiful song, a beautiful love song about how she wants to be with Tony Curtis. The movie ends with Marilyn Monroe dating Tony Curtis, even though he's a liar, and Jack Lemmon being like, oh no, not only do I have to marry a pervert who grabbed my ass, but he's also gay. So that's Some Like It Hot. This is a classic comedy that still holds up today. I mean, the pacing can be a bit different, but it's still funny and the timing's still good most of the time. And it was very mature for its time. Like, there's a lot of sex jokes here that was not usually a 1950s approved film. This is really an influential comedy that people are still trying to capture, but no film can be quite like Some Like It Hot because it was the first comedy that really tried to push boundaries, and I highly recommend it. I mean, there were comedies that did push boundaries before this one, but no movie did quite like this one. I highly recommend it. Bye.